I've read that caused AIDS. Remember I talked about the monkey kidneys? What they said was they were developing a Hep B vaccine back in the 70s, and they got a bad batch of monkey kidneys. And they were infected with simian immunosuppressive virus, which when it got injected into people, it converted to AIDS. So that's how we ended up getting it. I remember the old joke back when I was a kid was that people were having sex with monkeys in Africa, and that's how AIDS got started. Remember that? Yeah. Right? That wasn't the case. It came from the monkey kidney. Right? So, yeah, I know, right? But see, then again, you gotta dig around to find this stuff, and when you do, it really changes how you look at things. So that was the whole AIDS debacle, and then we're looking at this swine flu thing. Basically, what we're seeing is that the death rates associated with the flu are really minimal. Oops, there aren't very many that are going to die. I mean, we're talking less than 1% of people. Who are the people that are dying from this flu? Any flu, for that matter. They're the ones that are already compromised. Children that have neurologic disorders, asthma, older people that have already compromised immune systems that aren't functioning well. Typically, they're already in hospitals, and they're the ones that are dying. The average person in the street doesn't have a problem with these diseases. Swine flu is probably less reactive in you than the regular flu that comes down the road. I know, right? Oh. Yeah. Yes, Tina.
I'm dying. Wait, are you in 1840, that whole thing?
Tell us.
I'm dying. Okay. The Parliament, the British Parliament, wanted to figure out what the heck happened with all these people with cholera. So at that time, homeopathic doctors were somewhat respected, and then you have the allopathic doctors that have gone on to become our heroes today. But what happened is when the Parliament actually took a reading on all this, what they found from the allopathic doctors that would have the vaccines and what was recommended, which would be saying what our doctors would tell us to do, they had 1 in 2 people dying with their numbers. When they took the numbers of the people that went and did a homeopathic preparation, non-toxic, non-invasive, and proven, they had 11 total. 11 from all the homeopathic clinics all over. And that's what they're doing in India too. The most proven way to deal with it is Arsenica alba 30, a 3-day dose, one a day. It's a homeopathic, low-cost, safe, and proven. If you're afraid of swine flu or concerned at all, we can just do that. That's something we can get, and that's something that will work, and it's not going to create a problem for us.
Sorry, define allopathic, homeopathic, the difference?
Yeah. There's a couple of terms you're getting thrown around. Allopathic are doctors of medicine. They provide you with medical advice. You know, our regular doctor. Right. They believe that the germ theory. Basically, the germs are out there to get you, and that you have to fight the germs. The homeopathic doctor believes in medicine as well, but in small doses that the body can use itself. Yeah, and they use herbal remedies. They'll use tinctures or different types of concoctions to help support the immune system as opposed to the other. Typically, there's no side effect with any of their medicines, but homeopathy is a very gentle form of medicine. By the way, too, let's get a couple of terms down. Vaccine versus immunization. A vaccine is the actual shot. Immunity is what the body does when it successfully completes the disease, but they use immunization as a term to make you think that the shot is a good thing for you. So make sure you're using the right terminology here. By the way, it's something similar. The flu epidemic of was it 1918, right after the First World War. Throughout the United States, we had a lot of people with flu. This is what got this whole thing rolling. People were dying left and right. Again, we were pretty much a third world country at the time, right? With the way horses and cows and a lot of filth in our country. But additionally, we had a whole group of guys come back from Europe in closed quarters, a lot of exchanging of body fluids and things like that on these troop ships. They came back not very well nourished, and all with the flu. and went back into their communities with similar type of situation. The flu got rolling. In the state of California, what we found was that the people that were being treated for flu were dying, except those that were being treated by the chiropractors who were not licensed at that time. What they found when they looked at the statistics is that all the chiropractic patients, again like the homeopathic patients in England, weren't dying, very small amount. All the medical patients, on the other hand, were dying by the thousands. So that's how chiropractic came to be in the state of California, because we saved so many people from the flu, we improved their immune system, that they signed a charter and allowed us to exist as doctors of chiropractic. At one time we were able to deliver babies and do all kinds of stuff. We are still a primary care doctor, but our power has been limited a substantial amount over the years. Just as another example of how a vitalistic doctor can help you get through something through diet, exercise, and sleep, and all these other kinds of things, stabilizing the central nervous system, giving you a good remedy that will help support the body as opposed to break it down. So, any questions about any of this stuff?